What's up, everyone? Welcome to Recovery Unplugged Live. What's up, Amy?
Oh, well, I have some announcements to make about letters to
All
Daniel.
right, and we have Julie Westlake Sooter with us today. Hey, Julie, how are you
Hey,
today? Amy's going to
I'm good.
interview
How are
you
you?
soon. Good, I'm good.
Good. Glad to hear
And
it.
you're tuning in from where today?
From Arkansas,
Okay,
from
so we have
Berryville, Arkansas.
Arkansas, Kentucky, and Ohio in the house, and we are all in the house too. Hopefully, safe from the coronavirus.
Don't play. I'm freaking out about that.
My wife works in healthcare, and they just found 3 cases in Cuyahoga County. So I texted her, and I go, "Well, we'll see you in April. I've changed the locks. You're not allowed to come back home." She,
Uh-oh.
she's like, "Don't you think that's a little extreme?" I go, "There's 3 cases in Cuyahoga County. You are currently in Cuyahoga County. No, you cannot come home." She came home. So
Well, I hope that you have plenty of TP there.
I do.
It seems like everybody's buying it all.
We have just bought some before the outbreak, I guess, and I went to a restaurant and got takeout, and they gave me like 25 things of the individual wet naps. I'm like,
Oh,
what do you think? I mean, maybe I came
that
across
would be
as-
that would make me nervous.
I was like, what do you think I do? What do you think I'm going to do with this sandwich? And I need 25 of these. Oh,
Save 'em.
boy. So we are live. We're live on Facebook. We're also live on the Steam blockchain on Vim TV. And I believe we're live on DLive as well. So we're multicasting today. So what are some updates, Amy?
Well,
Go for it.
letters to Daniel was an official selection at ICFF. We didn't get any juried nominations, so it won't screen, and it won't screen on the app because my manager has asked me to keep it offline and while we're shopping it around.
Sure.
So we did get some People Choice Award nominations. Brandon Bell got one for Best Actor. Megan Jones, who played me, got Best Actress, and I got Best Filmmaker.
Nice.
Or Filmmaker of the. These are all like Actor of the Year, Actress of the Year. But there are other people in the category with us who are much larger in the faith-based film community, and I guarantee they walk away with the awards. I don't foresee. So, but on the good thing, in New York, the heart of independent film country, we are nominated for Best Narrative Feature.
Wow.
That is a juried award. There's only 6 films in each category, and I entered us in pretty much every category that we were qualified for. It was a free event to enter, but that tells me a lot of people will probably enter.
Mm-hmm.
Very few will rise to a nominee, and I know the competition. I'm not trying to slam faith-based movies. Some faith-based movies, when they get like people like Kevin Sorbo or Corbin Burnson or someone like that, they have a higher budget and they have higher production value. But I feel like I'm where I'm wanted and where the competition was steeper for my kind of film. I'm not disparaging faith-based films. I'm just saying, I think I was in the right company for, and it's called the Indie Film Awards. And I'm freaked out about the coronavirus, but I'm going to soldier on. They think they're not canceling it. I haven't bought my plane ticket yet. So I watched the news this morning. Yeah. I watched the news this morning and sufficiently freaked myself out. I was anxious all day. Then
When
I was
is it?
April 25th.
We might be in the clear by then.
I hope so, because they're talking about 20,000 cases, more people dying, just really,
Oh yeah, all the oldies but goodies
yeah,
that have respiratory problems.
yeah.
Take your vitamins.
And,
Get one of those aerosol machines.
even Nova, where we weren't selected, we got like artist circle at Nova. That's like artistic merit, but it's really a short film festival, and it's really hard to get a feature in. We're an hour long. I really don't think it was a criticism of our film that we didn't get in. I think it was just the level of the quality at Nova is really high, and you've got to, and I will say the where we have problems with the film is a sound in a couple of places, and so that's good. And another film who's on their mark and who has story and all those things in a row are going to get selected before me anyway. But I like the artist circle because it says it rewards my team for the hard work you all did on Letters to Daniel. Because and then I think that's about it for Letters
And
to
it's
Daniel.
screening there? It is screening
No, it's just an event. It's an award ceremony. It's like
okay.
a gala. It's black tie. I mean, my
nice.
shoes came in the mail. My fancy schmancy shoes came in the mail today.
Look at you.
And I got but they're flats and they come up around my ankle. So, and they're not like a flip flop. So they won't hurt me nearly as bad.
That's
They'll
good.
hurt because they're flat and they're hard and there's no cushion, but it won't be. I once got a pair of shoes with some heels, and I wore them for 30 minutes in my hotel room before the big event. And then my feet hurt so bad, I said, fuck this. And I took them off and put on my tennis shoes.
Why don't you just wear Crocs or something?
Because
Don't they make like designer Crocs?
Just get a really long dress and
It's
just
a
go
real-
very
Or
Yeah.
slippers? Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
that's
front
what- yeah.
slippers.
But so the dress is supposed to be here somewhere between April 1st and April 22nd. So it's cutting it real close.
I don't
What
know.
color did you go with? What color did you go with on your dress?
It's silver and it's plunging neckline and it's ruche. It's got ruching at the middle.
What?
She knows what I'm talking about.
He is not a
Yeah,
fashionista.
she got it right away, and I'm like, I've never heard of that word. So what is it? Is it just kind of a?
It's a sparkly dress that has a high slit in the leg, and it's got a plunging neckline.
What's it called? What's the R word that you used?
Ruching.
What's ruching?
It's where they gather the dress in a way,
Uh-huh.
like it cinches it at a certain spot,
Uh-huh.
and it's just a fancy word for that.
Okay, gotcha. So a little bunched up material
it's
to add some
fancy
flair to
fitting.
the dress.
Yeah, it sparkles.
Yes.
It's like a sparkly silver, and
Gotcha.
so
You need to get a dress like that girl in what is it? The Hunger Games.
yeah,
That,
I don't have
she
a. I
spun
don't
and flamed
have.
and fire came out.
I don't have a fashion designer. No.
Do you guys remember who the actor was that was her fashion designer? He's like
Yes,
a singer.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz. Shouldn't even call
He was
him.
cool.
He was
He was
cool.
cool. Yeah, and it
I
was.
love Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
He's cool. I wouldn't want to be married to him because he cheats on his wives, but he's
Why,
cool
though?
as.
You'd get half, or you'd get something if you were married to him, and then he'd cheat on you, and you'd
John
get-
would take him to the cleaners.
right, you'd get something. I'd marry him. All right, so that's enough about me. This is your show. How is your film festival going?
Oh well, we've
Conquering Disabilities.
we've received 22 submissions, and Julie, I'm waiting for a poem or a short script or something from you because I know you're working on
Okay.
it, and you better send it in because You
Okay.
think you don't qualify, but I wouldn't have asked you to be on this show if you didn't.
Okay.
Take that, Julie. We'll be expecting to see that submission.
She is she's definitely an encourager for me. She
Right on.
she wants me
She
to do
is.
well.
Yeah.
She
Yep.
is.
Amy gives back
She
to
does.
all the people that support her as well. She's very good.
I
Yes.
hope. Yeah. Well, I know you're in Arkansas, but and your budget is tight. Indie Gathering is the coolest of the cheap film festivals that I go to. And I have an extra badge, so if you would want to come, you'd have to get a room, of
Okay.
course, but
Right.
you would have a badge, VIP badge.
Plus, it's a really
Yep.
nice time
That
to
would be
visit Cleveland, Ohio. It's a good time of year. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Nice. Isn't that Drew Carey's Cleveland?
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's the same. That's the same Cleveland.
The same Cleveland.
Yep. I'd drive downtown Friday nights and play that music and throw my arm out the window and say Cleveland
How white
rocks.
are you, John?
All right, so we're gonna go. We're gonna watch the recover. I got it wrong again because that's what it's named. If it's named that, I'm gonna call it that. The Conquering Disabilities with Film trailer that we kind of taped on here that gives
Yeah.
people the website information and things like that. And then after we do that, we will come back and Amy will interview you, Julie. You'll be on the hot seat. Don't get nervous. All right, everyone. Let's watch this one and we'll be right back.
Conquering Disabilities with Film International Film Festival is about it takes things like films, screenplays, poems, short stories, music, photography, one sheet, like, movie posters, movies shot on your iPhone, true stories that are narrative, not necessarily documentary. And of course, we take documentaries. We take a lot of different stuff. And you have to either be struggling with a mental health condition or a physical challenge, a chronic physical illness, or the material has to address mental health issues. So, and for your film, the way you qualify is if it is not about mental illness, your director or your writer or your DP or your talent needs to be facing those conditions. And you put it in the cover letter. Please, people, put it in the cover letter so I can consider you for some specialty awards. It tells me that you're qualified and that, we want to see your work. We want to honor you, and we want to honor that, we know firsthand what it's like to battle these things and to produce artwork. So the website for Conquering Disabilities with Film is Conquering Disabilities filmfest.com. And for Film Freeway, it's filmfreeway.com/Conquering Disabilities Film Fest. Tonight, we have a very special guest with us, cast member of Letters to Daniel and the faith-based short film Pushing Envelopes, aspiring screenwriter and actress Julie Westlake Sooter. So tell us, what first drew you to the entertainment industry?
I have always had a love for the arts. Even when I was a little girl, my grandmother and we used to watch old Hollywood movies together, and it became a love of mine. And I used to put on shows on top of her piano bench, and she was my biggest fan. I really miss her a lot, but life kind of happened, and I got married and had my son, and my husband and my son were my world. And 3 years ago, my son said, "Mom, I'm good." Your dreams. And so I guess I can say my son set me down and gave me a talk. So it's been a good 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. We worked together on my film Letters to Daniel, where you played not one, but 2 roles. Describe what that was like for you as an actress.
It was very different. I actually enjoyed playing 2 roles. It felt like whenever I put that wig on, I became a different character completely. In fact, one of the girls that was on set, I think it may have been Vanessa. Whenever I came out of the bathroom, she said, "Oh, I don't think we've met yet." And I'm like, "Yeah, we have." No, it's me, Julie. We've been talking all day. So I guess it was a good change with the wig, but I really loved doing that.
Okay. You also worked on the faith-based short film Pushing Envelopes, which is nominated for a few things at ICFF. What was that experience like?
Well, it was wonderful. I mean, I have to say that Debbie Sutcliffe, she is a phenomenal writer and director, and she's actually a wonderful friend of mine, and she's very, very good about encouraging everyone around her to do what they love. And I'm just really blessed to even have been a part of it. You know, I was just background, but I feel like we became family, all of it. And so it was just it was a wonderful experience.
Sorry about that. That was my cat letting me know that he wanted to be pet. Okay. You've worked with not one, but 2 women directors. In what way would you say your experiences were similar, and in what ways were they different?
Well, everybody's got a different personality, you know, and I think that's part of our growth in the industry is that we learn and grow from each experience. And I enjoyed the different personalities and the different expectations of me. It really helped me stay in tune with my characters and what was going on at the time. And both of you. I mean, you and Debbie both were you're phenomenal directors and writers, and
Thank
you
you.
inspire me completely.
Oh. Well, what has been your most memorable acting experience?
Well, I guess I could say this weekend. I mean, I never thought I'd meet Kevin Sorbo. Much less work beside him and assist him with his autograph signing. And gosh, I never imagined that I'd ever be there doing something like that.
Were you there with your friends, or?
I was there with the Branson Film Festival. I've been working with them on preparations for all of that, and Kevin, he was there for the Comic-Con. We also helped with that, selling tickets for his screening and for the festival as well.
Okay. Now I'm going to pivot and talk about mental health. 1 in 5 people will experience a mental illness in their lifetime. Have you ever experienced mental illness, either directly or as a caregiver, and in what way?
Yes, my father had depression. He was also an alcoholic, and I have depression as well. I've battled it off and on my whole life, mostly from the teenage years on. You know, I've been on medication and off medication thinking I'm fine, and then I have to get back on it again. And I should learn by now just to stay on it. To kind of keep me leveled out. But yeah, when your serotonin levels are off, I mean, that can happen to anybody.
Your brain lies to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brain lies to you. If you're feeling better, it says, see, I'm not really sick. I don't need this medication. I can go off of it. Yeah. When you do, you're like, oh, why'd I do that?
Right, right. I find like whenever I would go off of it, I would want to sleep a lot more.
Yeah.
And just kind of shut down a little bit more than normal, and usually I'm very, very high functioning. So it does help.
Okay. Um, Mental illness, whether it be depression, anxiety, or bipolar disorder, looks different on each person who has it. What would you say to someone who says something stigmatizing like, you don't look like you have a mental illness, you don't act like you have a mental illness? And what coping mechanisms do you employ when faced with something like that?
Well, of course, I don't look like it or act like it. I mean, like I said, I'm very high functioning. I also have ADHD. I didn't know that until my adult years. That explains a lot. Yeah, I'm a huge multitasker. That helps me get it done because I'm kind of all over the place sometimes. But that's a good thing, especially in this industry, because there's a lot going on. but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a stigmatism there. I don't think that people really understand it, and there's different levels of it as well. And I think that whatever someone has, they have daily struggles no matter what they've been diagnosed with, and it's up to us to work through that. And I think that your films and what you're doing lets people know that it's okay, to admit that you have an issue, and to seek the help that you need, and to come up from the bottom, to climb out of that pit. And yeah, I think you're doing really good things, Amy.
Thank you. Um, I think all artists in any field, be it writing, directing, acting, cope with what I call the imposter syndrome. It's where nobody wants to be the imposter, but everyone's worst fear is that they are the imposter. Do you struggle with that? If so, how do you cope with it?
um well, I'm not really sure exactly what you mean about that, other than
Okay, you
maybe
mean
fit
let me
in.
put it another way. Like, okay, you're
Okay.
acting, right? And you're going to be found out.
Right.
You're really no good. You're not a good person, and you're no good at it, and you suck at it. And one day somebody's going to find you out and bust you. And
Mm-hmm.
nobody wants to be that person, but every artist's
Right.
greatest fear is that they are that person. How do you deal with that if you do?
Um well, I mean, I think that people can grow from whatever they've been through in life. I mean, they can be one way and then completely change and be a better person the next. So I think that the imposter thing is, I mean people are going to talk no matter what you do, and you just have to get through that, and realize that being a good human being is what really matters.
Okay. Um, People mistake sadness for depression. Sadness is a natural, healthy emotion. Depression is a mental illness and is made up of a myriad of symptoms. Can you explain the difference for our audience?
um yeah, I think I can. I mean, sadness is something that you feel, and it's something that can be very brief. Depression is more of a lifelong process that you have to work through. It's kind of like grieving and not really knowing what you're grieving about, and you have to figure out that you're grieving yourself because you've got to heal.
Okay. Okay. What do you do when faced with the darker emotions? Many people are afraid to seek professional help because they worry what the outside world will think. Some even worry their friends and family won't understand. Do you battle these feelings? And if you do, what advice do you have for other creatives who might be facing these feelings and thoughts?
Well, I think being able to admit it to yourself first is the biggest thing. I mean, you just like with someone that has an addiction, whether it's alcohol or drugs, you have to admit that there's something that's not quite right, and then just seek the help that you need. Of course, the people around you aren't going to understand that until you explain it to them, or maybe even in therapy that they can understand it through another source. It's very important to have that support and encouragement from your friends and family. I'm very lucky that I have that. I think that's one thing that's really helped me stay pretty stable as far as the depression and anxiety goes.
Yeah, your caregivers are, I call them the backbone of the unsung heroes of the mental health illness
Yes.
movement. People who have, if as long as you had, all you need is one person, and I think that was the point of Letters to Daniel for me. As long as my mom and dad love me, and they're great. But when we were out in Texas, it was just me and Missy against the world. And if she had,
Yes.
like, as long as you have that one person, and
Mm-hmm.
we've roomed together for, like, we shared an apartment over a period of 12 years, and we didn't kill each other, so that was amazing. um uh
Yeah.
and but she was always there. She didn't run away. She would, Grey's Anatomy call them, she's my person. She's not my husband, she's not my romantic partner, but Mark described her as my rock. Who is your rock?
Yeah. Probably my husband and my son. I mean, they help give me purpose and keep me on track. If I feel like I can't do something, then they kind of pick me up and tell me, yes, you can. What are you doing? you know, you got this, and I'm definitely thankful. Yes.
Okay. Now, finally, let's have a little fun.
Okay.
If your life were a movie, what would the title be?
That's a good question, Amy. um,
I like to do fun ones after all the heavy conversation.
Julie's creative chaos.
Okay. Why that one?
Just because I am a creative. I mean, if I've got so many projects going at once, and I'll be working on one, and then the next minute I'll be thinking about the other one, so I'll have to jump over to it and then jot something down on it, and then I'll go back, and it's it's beautiful to be creative, but there is chaos in that beauty.
Okay. If you could cast anyone in the cinematic universe to play you in this movie, who would it be?
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, I love her.
She's got that sense of humor. She's very real. She's not perfect, She's just she's real life. I mean, I love her.
Okay. What is your proudest accomplishment in your personal life?
I think probably my I could say my son. I mean, he has just been we've been through it, and he has just been the best kid, and I can really say he has, and now he's a good man. He we struggled for a while because I felt like in his teenage years I had to tell him no a lot. That's kind of what good mothers do when they see things that the kids don't see. But he's just an amazing man now, and he's a coach and a teacher, and he told me recently, he said, Mom, kids really need structure.
You think?
I'm like, oh, you think? Yeah. So it's pretty amazing to go from being mom and being that disciplinarian all the time to actually being able to be your son's friend, and it's quite wonderful.
Okay. What is your proudest accomplishment in your professional life?
I think probably, there's so many things. I mean, I have loved the last year has just been incredible. I mean, I've been blessed to work with such good people. I think probably my proudest moment though was when my husband and I went to be on set of God's Not Dead, A Light in the Darkness, and we went not knowing that they were going to cast down. Okay, they said, okay, we're going to pick. I think it was seven or eight. I can't remember the exact number. And then everybody else is going home. So we both actually made the director's cut, and so we got to do some background scenes together, and it was a wonderful experience.
That must be wonderful. Okay. And to finish, what advice do you have for the mentally ill artists struggling to make it in the industry?
Well, first of all, I would say don't be too hard on yourself. I think we are harder on ourselves than anyone else ever could be, because like you said, Amy, I mean, sometimes we have a lot going on up here and we can self-doubt. So I would say believe in yourself. Don't let anybody discourage you, tell you you can't do something. If you feel like you can do it, you've got to try, and don't give up.
Okay. Well, John, that's the last of my questions.
All right, sounds good. Good interview, Julie. I loved your perspective. Really, the part that I thought was really funny was towards the end when you said that your son realized that kids need structure. That's hilarious. It's like, yes, they do. I wondered what I wonder what was the situation that arose that made him think that.
Well, I'm not sure.
Like what he Right. No, and then that last part, the part about you being able to be on set, you said that was with your husband, correct? Or who was it
with?
Yeah, with your husband. That's neat, husband. And you both made the cut.
We did.
I like that.
We did. It was a good experience.
And appreciate the personal commentary on some of the life happenings that you've had to deal with depression and things like that related to your family and stuff like that. So appreciate you coming on and being forthcoming with that. What's up, Amy?
I just want to thank her. I had two people. I had her and Missy send me the cover of GQ magazine. It's Daniel Craig without his shirt on.
Oh, baby.
When I saw it, I said, okay, I'm sending this to Amy, like, right now.
Yeah.
He's 52 and he looks like that. I'm like,
He does not look like he's aged. He's wine. He's a fine wine. I get it, Amy. I totally get it now.
So you have a thing for Daniel Craig?
Who, me?
No, yeah, you.
Duh!
I just thought that you liked him as an actor. I didn't know that you were dreaming about his naked body.
I don't dream about his naked body, but I can appreciate it.
Yes,
come
we all
on,
can.
John,
We all can.
you know.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I didn't know that it was, that there were some of those feelings in there, which is cool. I just thought I don't know. I think I wrongly thought that he was just for some reason your favorite actor. Not
Well,
that
well,
he
I
tugged on
do
the
like him as
heartstrings
a.
and
Well,
he's your favorite actor.
I like to imagine him in my
Well,
stories.
Yeah, I'm sure there are other places where you'd like to imagine him as well.
Shut up! No.
well, you
No,
know,
I mean like on a
just for the
park bench
record,
or at a
for the
restaurant.
record,
Yeah, nothing devious. I wasn't
just
thinking anything devious.
just for the record, John, I had a crush on John Snyder so bad.
Is
when
that
I was
is that
little
a
girl.
Bo? Or
Yeah,
is
that's
that-
Bo Duke.
That's Bo. Yeah, I had a
Yes,
crush on
Bo
him
Duke.
too.
And I even fought with the neighbor girl because I was going to marry him. She wasn't.
Oh baby. Yeah,
I
we
got
just
to
So
meet.
it was yes.
I got to meet. Oh, I got to meet John Snyder once. He walked.
Oh, did
I was-
you?
Yeah, I was at Fandom Fest, and this is before they went kaplunk and everybody canceled on them. But he walked. He was there, and he was walking around the vendor hall because they had the generally in the expo center, and
Mhm.
he stopped in front of our neighbors, our like vendor neighbors table, and she had a series of books called How to Kill a Pedophile, and
Oh God.
and it's about a serial killer who hunts pedophiles. So
Yeah.
that's pretty neat.
and he saw her banners and all the different. One was My Beautiful Suicide, and I mean, and she had really outrageous titles, and she said, and when he stopped, he said, "Hey, Eddie really likes you. Can you sign something?" He goes, "Well, I'll be over at my table." And I'm like, and we couldn't get him to stay. And when she came back, I said, "John Snyder stopped at your table and was looking at your book." She said, "No."
Oh my gosh. What a shame. Do you know how long like she missed him by?
Just minutes.
Oh,
It was bad.
that poor thing.
We were sitting at our table, and he was just like, he has good plastic surgery because he doesn't age.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, another star that doesn't age is Sam Elliott.
He looks
He
like
is.
Colonel Sanders now.
Oh, I don't think so. No, I'm not going to be able to get that out of my
with his
head,
white
Amy.
hair tied
Oh
back.
my gosh. Amy,
I'm not gonna get that out of my head now.
No.
I think
I
your
like-
show, your red carpet show needs to be called Amy Rips Hollywood.
No, Sam Elliott in Mask. Yeah, he's very hot.
He was in Mask?
Yes, he played Cher's boyfriend, and
I'll
he
have to
was
go
like
check
the
that
father figure. He was like the father figure to
Yeah.
the boy.
Okay, I remember watching the movie, but I don't remember the movie. I'll have to go back and check that out.
I bawled my eyes out.
Oh,
At the end of
I
that
remember
movie.
that. Yeah, I was still a little bit younger, but back to Dukes of Hazzard and Dallas were the only two shows where that my dad would actually pack up the car and we would go to my aunt's house and we would like all watch it. Like they would watch it. We obviously didn't watch Dallas, but we always watched the Dukes of Hazzard.
So you didn't have TV. So you didn't have TV at your
I don't
house.
know what the deal was. I don't know if we didn't have TV or if he just liked going over, taking us all over there to all watch it together.
Right.
Yeah, I believe that's
Yeah.
it because we had TV.
I remember our little TV. I think we had 3 channels, and you had to turn the knob to change it.
Yes, I remember that.
And then we had the rabbit ears to.
Yes,
We had to put
aluminum foil.
Well,
I got in trouble. We went to my mom's aunt's house in Virginia, and I was listening to. I turned on MTV. They had cable, and I turned on MTV, and Madonna's "Like a Virgin" came on. And I was watching it, and like this lady comes down the stairs, very conservative. I don't know how religious they were, but very much appalled at what I was watching on television. And I had the Beastie Boys, like, Licensed to Ill tape, and I was listening to that outside, and I think they thought that I was some kind of devil spawn. They were like,
Well,
okay.
but Madonna did stuff, but her Like a Virgin video was pretty tame compared to a lot of stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
now what she did on stage at the MTV Music Video Awards, it was a little racy, but
Yep.
that's just who she was, and
Yeah.
I liked Madonna growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I was a Cyndi Lauper fan and a Debbie Gibson and a Tiffany fan. I actually loved Hall and Oates. We recently went to their concert in Little Rock, and it was good. But I think Sammy Hagar, I think his concert was probably one of the better concerts I've seen in a long time.
I would love to see Sammy Hagar. I love Sammy Hagar.
He's on fire. he matches that song perfectly. He's still
You're not a rocker.
I've never been to a concert.
No.
Really?
We
need to change that, Amy.
Well, when I'm crowded
By that many people.
Yeah. I think it's better it's much better in theory than it actually is in reality. I went to my first college basketball game. I went to a Kentucky basketball game, and we had really good seats because Matt Jones, a podcaster,
yes,
who for KSR Radio,
mm-hmm.
he let us know he goes, be on Twitter at such and such time, and I will give you the code to get the good tickets. And oh God, Kentucky was so pissed at him. And people who do not ever get to sit in those, because people in Kentucky, the good seats, they will them away in their will. Like, right? They don't go.
Wow.
They will them to the next generation.
Wow.
And we got to sit in those seats. And me and Missy were sitting there, and we were kind of taking selfies and pictures of the team. And the game was great because I thought John Calipari was going to stroke out right there on the basketball court, because we were on the other side and we could hear him crystal clear yelling at his players. And and then this man and woman sits down, and they are a little older than us, and they had such disgusted looks on their faces. Missy said, "Let's move down one, Amy." I was like, and so we just started saying stuff. It wasn't very mature, but I hate when people look at me like they're better than me because they have money. But that was fun. And I had a lot of fun, even though the place was packed. But we weren't up in the nosebleed sections. We were actually in like really good seats. So I enjoyed that. But concerts, I don't think I could handle. I've never been to a real concert.
Not even with psychedelics?
No.
You might be okay in an outdoor venue.
Yeah,
that way you could
like a lawn.
Away if you start to.
Right?
Yeah,
and here's the thing about that. I don't like being hot, and I don't want to be rained on.
Right.
I would be a little cold. I would brave the cold, but I'm not into sweating.
Maybe someday you'll be able to hire a band and have them play in your perfect location.
Let's do it.
All right, so who's up next week? Do we know?
I think it's Abigail Yates, but I have to confirm with her. She was our first AD, and she played Aunt Jan, and she played Pam in the. She's the other actor. I had 3 actresses who played 2 different roles, and Vanessa, the one with Vanessa, not Vanessa, that's the character's name. The one with Anna Maria playing the receptionist at the people bombed the scene so bad. I mean, it just didn't work. I knew, and I'm standing in there during the filming of the scene. they don't. Two of the actresses were really struggling with their lines, and it was going south fast, and I did not have the experience to know how to deal with that. But I've talked to my editor since, and he told me how to get around that problem, so I won't have that problem again.
Gotcha.
Good.
Is that the one where they were before they were going into the theater for the
This
screening,
is
that
when
holding area?
no, the scene where there's 3 therapy scenes, and the last one is where Amy graduates therapy, and it was terrible. I mean,
Gotcha.
it was not good. I was like, this is so cut. I mean, I'm standing there as it's going on and we're getting the footage. I'm like, this is not even going to happen. And Clint said, Amy, he goes, what scene are you talking about? And I told him, he goes, oh yeah, I dropped that like a hot potato. It was the easiest cut to make.
Mm.
And I feel bad because those actresses, one of them was our sound person for 3 days, and I wanted her to have something, to show on a reel, and Kathleen's a really sweet lady, but the scene just didn't work. And I'm hoping with us shopping it around that the scenes that did not make the cut, this time I'll have a second crack at it and I can get those scenes in there.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind
want
of
to ask.
So
What?
let's stop the stream, and we'll check in next week for Recovery Unplugged Live. Julie, thank you.
Thank you.
Amy, good job.
Thank you.
And John Spalding
Thank-
from G1NBC Live. But we are here on Amy Unplugged, and we'll be back next Monday here and on Vim for
Yes.
another episode.
Thank you, guys.
And you guys don't have to leave, but the stream is ending. Goodbye, everyone.
I was going to ask you,